everything that could have gone wrong during this process did. I have fully been in straight up survival mode since at least November, and the fact that we finally made it to this day. We decided to put our house up for sale at the very beginning of February, and now today is May 28th. So this has been quite the process. I am in a new role for work as well, which has been eating up a lot of my time. So it feels like life has just been moving really fast, and all of this caught up to me before I was really ready. I'm here for a couple of days for a work trip. I have a meeting today that I actually feel like a kid on Christmas. And I know you've probably never heard anybody say that about going to a business meeting, but this opportunity is so incredible and such a full circle moment for me, but I'll share more about that later. Honestly, I'm just so glad, another thing I never thought I'd say, to not be at home right now. But I figured I could catch you up a little bit while I get ready. So the house has been for sale for a little over a month now, and we were getting really consistent showings right at first, so we were feeling pretty good about it. I'm not gonna sit here and say that I'm an overly patient person by nature, so maybe this is the universe's way of teaching me a little life lesson. But showings have pretty much stalled out completely. Our realtor said that that seems to be kind of the case in our price range across the board right now, which is a bummer for us. I have always been a person who has moved fairly often. Moved a lot growing up as a kid, and then as an adult, just kind of every year or so, I really love a new space, a fresh start. I think I moved enough as a kid that I kind of started to enjoy it in a way. And when you have a typical lease, or we lived in a van, we were kind of able to just move and pick up our lives whenever we wanted. And I have really enjoyed being a homeowner, but on the flip side of things, when life happened and a lot of things changed for us really quickly, being homeowners has made us really unable to take action and make some of those changes that we really want to make. And I know I'm being dramatic, the house will sell eventually. I realize it's a process. Well, we're hoping the house will sell eventually, otherwise I'm gonna lose my mind. But just overall, lately I've been feeling really stuck. And that is a feeling that over the years has been one that I really struggle to deal with. I tend to be a bit of a runner when things get rough, see you later. So really kind of just having to sit in this process and wait. And also just not knowing. I'm also a crazy control freak. I sound lovely, don't I? But I really love being able to make plans and get excited about things. And when we first decided to move, I kind of jumped into that immediately. Let's look at houses. I'm so excited. Let's book a trip to go look, etc. But now that we're a little bit longer into this process, I've actually had to kind of stop looking altogether because we really can't make any kind of plan until we have an offer on the house and know a closing date, sort of. So it's kind of just this super not fun sit and wait type of situation right now. And I'm honestly struggling with it more than I thought. We just had a lot of kind of negative things happen in that space in the last 6 months too. Life has just been lifing a little bit extra. So I think being in a fresh space will allow us to kind of let go of some of that energy a little bit. I definitely think I'm holding on to a lot of it, but essentially working from home and trying to sell the house, I'm just there thinking about it constantly. And I've been in a pretty bad headspace, if I'm being fully honest. So I feel like this trip came at the perfect time. I literally just needed to be anywhere else. Little biggest meeting of my life fit check. I thrifted this poncho in Portland. I actually thought it was a scarf when I thrifted it, so that was fun for me. And then I just have on my cheetah print Briogeo thrifted loafers. And I had to go buy a pair of slacks. I've worked from home for like 2.5 years, so we have since parted with all of our business clothes. And the only ones they had were these little cropped situation, and I'm not sure how I feel about them. So if they're bad, don't tell me. They were literally the only pair of slacks at Target, which is also crazy. Are we not wearing business clothes anymore? If there were to be anything that could get my mind off the stress of selling this house and moving across the country, it would be nothing but this meeting. I am truly still in shock that I got this opportunity through my work, and truly so blessed to be able to work in such a fun industry, because I truly am YouTube obsessed, and this will go down as probably the best day of my entire adult career. The end of April and into May definitely felt like a no sleep club, bus, another club, no sleep plane type of situation, because right after this trip, amidst all the packing, I also had a trip down to Dallas to start looking at houses and go to my sister's baby shower. I flew down to Dallas for my sister's baby shower. I'm so excited to be an auntie. This is going to be my first niece, and I can't wait to meet her. Our house is officially under contract, and I found one that's only 2 hours away from my parents that I am so beyond excited to look at. And that is a lot of the reason that we are deciding to move. Not only are we looking for a little bit more space and some acreage, but we are ready to be back by our family. I basically moved away when I went to college and haven't been back since. So it's been well over 10 years since I've really been able to live by my family. And I'm so excited to move into this next season of life. I thought buying a house originally was difficult. Selling a house, I am so unwell, it's not even funny. Almost everything that could have gone wrong has at this point. Our inspection was an absolute disaster, and we have to completely replace the roof, which is going to cost us like $7,000. We're working through the process of hopefully getting insurance to cover that, because there was some hail damage. So fingers and toes crossed, because ouch. But because of all of the back and forth with the inspection, our option period has gone a little bit further than I was expecting it to. And the house we're looking at today, I have to put an offer in today because they have multiple other offers, and ours has to be the best because I truly don't think I can do this anymore. But our buyers technically have until Tuesday to get back to us on what we agreed to fix in the inspection. We agreed to fix pretty much everything, so I would be a little bit surprised if they came back. But with the way things have been going for us recently, I also would not be shocked at all. So I'm a little bit terrified to fall in love with this house and then have it slip through my fingers. And this whole process has really been so much more emotional than I thought. And a cross-country move is kind of big logistically. Getting down here to look at houses has been difficult, getting ours packed up, and then comes the gymnastics of figuring out how to get all of our stuff, our truck, our trailer, and our 3 dogs down here in one swoop, because it is a 22-hour drive. But I'm trying to kind of tackle things one thing at a time, and today's thing to tackle is to go look at this house, hopefully fall in love with it, and put in the best offer that I can. See if these doors open since the other ones didn't. Oh,
that's a big ass fucking spider. Did you remember to pack your stuff?
I've never felt so wildly unprepared for something in my entire life. It reminds me of our very first night in this house. We're sleeping on the same mattress that we bought at Walmart on the floor. Everything this last week happened so quickly. I feel like it's just now starting to catch up with me. And I kind of wish I would have had a little bit more of a moment to like be nostalgic, but it was not in the cards for us this time. Josh and I were up until probably past 4 a.m. last night trying to fit everything into the U-Haul because I'm the world's biggest dumbass, and there was only $100 price difference in the 10-foot trailer and the 15-foot trailer, but I was like, no, there's no way we have that much stuff. There's literally no way. We used to live in a van. How did we fit all that stuff in 800 square feet? Let's just get the smaller trailer. Dumbass. Josh has learned his lesson about listening to me because clearly I am not good at estimating anything. So we ended up having to like whittle our stuff down a little more than we were planning to at the absolute last second in classic Josh and Tori fashion. So we actually had to go and rent another U-Haul this morning to run some things to the dump and the thrift store because our truck, trailer, and our U-Haul were literally packed to the brim. But we still had all this stuff we needed to figure out what to do with. We are signing at 9:30 a.m. today, and then we are hitting the road. The goal is to make it to hopefully the Denver area. I have an Airbnb already booked, so we kind of have to make it there. But we are running on like minuscule amounts of sleep last night. We went to bed at around 4 and got up at 5:30 or 6. So everything's kind of up in the air at this point, and the plan has already gone in the dumpster and moving day has just started. So since we are moving out, I thought it would be fun to do like a last look at the house. It's still a little bit messy. These are our last couple things. I remember the feeling of walking into this home the first day that we bought it, and it honestly looks so different now. This is making me so emotional. I haven't cried yet today, but there is still time. I remember when we renovated the kitchen, did the backsplash, the shelf, added the vent hood. Gosh, it just looks so empty. This is the house Paxton came home to when he joined our family. The dogs are absolutely crashing out. They have no idea what's going on. This is our laundry room. It looks a heck of a lot bigger without my giant rack to dry clothes. Back door, washer dryer stack. Do you want the house tour? This house only has one floor. I'm still low-key a little surprised we were able to sell the house without painting the bedroom because we did go for a bit of a bold color choice with the red. We color drenched the closet because we don't have closet doors, so it looks really seamless. This I found absolutely atrocious when we rolled up our rug. The lesson of the day here really is just that I need to deep clean more. When we moved our couch, it was horrendous. So just off the master bedroom, we have this hall closet, bathroom. We're leaving this behind because we actually like screwed it onto the cabinet. Same with the shelves. There really isn't any storage in this bathroom, so hopefully they will appreciate. And then the guest bedroom. They did ask if they could have this because we were trying to get rid of it, so we are happy to leave that because our U-Haul is at max capacity and then some. We probably are gonna look a little crazy. I'll have to show y'all Josh's trailer. Again, no closet doors, and funny enough, the house we bought also does not have closet doors, so it seems like it might be a bit of a pattern for us, but I ended up using that as a desk. We weren't big guest
hosters. We live very far away from family. And then I can show you guys the backyard. I feel like I didn't show you outside much while we lived here. Oh, yes, is this your favorite part of the house? It is, huh? The backyard! Backyard! It is big sunny today, but right off the laundry room, we have this little paved patio area. I really enjoyed the vibe here, and I didn't get to really curate the outside space as much as I would have wanted while we live here, so that's something that I'm really going to prioritize at the next house. Oh my goodness. And then this is actually also our backyard. We have half fenced off for Josh's greenhouse, garden, chicken coop. This is our detached garage and this nice big fenced in yard. This was something that was a must-have for us, obviously, with our pack of rabid animals. And as much as we loved the outdoor space here, we still found that we felt very close to our neighbors. We can see all of the neighbors. We would often find ourselves sitting out in the backyard, our neighbors kind of sitting facing back at us, and overall just craving a little bit more privacy, seclusion, and nature in our day-to-day lives. So that was a big factor in deciding to sell this home, was realizing it isn't so much where we live, but the actual immediate environment that we're living in. We just really like to be outside, and we really like to be away from people. We're saying goodbye to our first house. I'm gonna cry.
Surface well.
It's just because I'm tired.
Yeah.
I literally don't know what in the world possessed me to think that we were going to finish packing the night before, close on the house at 9:30, and make it all the way to southeastern Colorado before we went to sleep. We still have 7.5 hours to go to the Airbnb that I booked us for tonight and tomorrow night. We will not be staying there tonight. We're both just so tired. We didn't get on the road until almost 1 o'clock, which is much later than we were expecting. But I did book this for 2 nights so that we could rest all day on Friday before driving the next big chunk on Saturday. So I think we're desperately gonna need that. So the goal is to get a couple of hours of sleep, try and get there super early tomorrow, and just rest. We stopped at the cutest little diner tonight, and it was exactly what we needed, but I feel like this is like such a throwback to my van life days because I already paid for one Airbnb tonight. I will not be paying for a hotel room separately, so we're just gonna crash in the cars for a little bit because I also don't love the idea of leaving all of our belongings unattended. It's 6 p.m. the day after we were supposed to make it to the Airbnb, but we made it to the Airbnb and it's kind of freaking amazing, but another grave error on my part. It was 15 miles down a pretty crazy dirt road. So fingers crossed all my plates are still in one piece. The dogs are running around like absolute psychos. I think they probably needed this just as much as we did. And once we pulled up, like driving down the road, I was like a little frustrated, getting anxious. As soon as we pulled up, I was like immediately, yes, let me show you. I was telling Josh, what if we bought this one? We have all of our stuff and I'm really tired of driving. The windows on this house are insane. I've always wanted to live / I don't even think I've stayed somewhere like this before. So I'm feeling very happy. Give them the house tour. Say this the kitchen. This is where my water's at. It's got this like cute little living area down here, a game room,
a loft. It's got a wood-burning fireplace, all of the beautiful wood detailing. If I could design a dream home, it would likely be this. But now we are officially trading in the mountains for a good old Texas sunset.